How's it going, garden people? Welcome to the Hidden Gardens. Today we're going to work on getting the blue hollies protected for the winter from the rabbits, as well as getting a few trees and plants into the ground and out of the ground. Starting with these cages, I ordered these and they came in 3 parts, and they also provided the zip ties as well as some tags and the stakes to put into the ground. So I got a bunch of them because I wanted something a little bit more prettier than just chicken wire, especially because it is going in the front yard. So something just nicer to look at. So I put these together. Some of them I left without the tops, some with the tops. And I did these basically because the bunnies, if you've been watching for a while, definitely went after the blue hollies that I have. And I'm pretty sure it is the bunnies based on how they're biting and such. So hopefully these should help protect for future bunny damage come this winter. While most of the cages fit right over the plant, no problem, some of them I did have to kind of finagle onto them and try and brush up the leaves on the inside and just make sure that they fit well enough. And I did leave the tops open for some of them because they're tall enough. Now stepping back, it almost looks like I gave the bunnies something to just kind of lean on while they're having their snack, but whether I go for something a little bit wider next winter or not, that's to be determined. But I think that these cages will at least work well enough to get the small bottom of the plant covered and protected, so at least come spring, the plants won't be completely decimated. They'll at least have something to start from. So even if the bunnies eat a little bit off the top, then at least the majority of the plant should hopefully be protected. Now, I probably could have flipped them upside down too. That may have helped, but I felt like maybe that'll just leave too much exposed for the bunnies. I don't know. But we'll kind of cross our fingers. We'll hope that this will help at least get us through the winter without too much bunny damage. As you can see right here, these are older planted Castle Spire blue hollies is what I have all around, including 3 pollinators, 1 Castle Wall and 2 Castle Rouge. And this is what these 2 have made it through their previous bunny damage. They're now tall enough that the tall parts, obviously the bunnies don't get, but the smaller parts, of course, the bunnies can reach. This plant, for example, is perfect height to what the bunnies can reach. And if you look at my past videos, you'll see that this plant got completely defoliated by the bunnies. It did, however, reflush out this past year, so what you're seeing on it is all new growth from this past season. Now, some of these plants I did replace with my backup plants, only because the backup plants were a bit taller, and I really kind of want this whole evergreen wall to create the room that I'm looking for and to hopefully get up high enough so that the bunnies can't completely decimate them, at least not up where the height I need them at. So these get about 10 feet tall, about 3 to 4 feet wide. The pollinators are a little shorter and a little wider, but I'm hoping that they'll create the nice room that I'm looking for this front garden, especially with this evergreen plant. Number 1, I wanted the evergreen. Number 2, these work in both the full bright afternoon sun of the left side of this garden here, and right over here is really more of a shaded area, and these plants are very versatile in that they work in both areas. So cross your fingers that I can make these plants work, because I really want them to. The berries are beautiful, so we're gonna hope that this helps. Now I'm deciding on the Sajuga. This is a mix of Burgundy Glow, I believe, and Chocolate Chip. So I think pretty soon I'm going to do a little dividing of these plants and plant them all out, all in this whole front little area. And hopefully that'll work as a nice ground cover. If you're returning, you know that I'm definitely working on the War of the Weeds, and I think that these little ground covers will go a long way in working for a defensive, offensive strategy and help me win that war. So first up, putting the shovel in the ground for the day is moving the salvia in preparation to get this Tonto, Crape, Myrtle into the ground. I opted to move the salvia down into the newly extended bed that I did in the previous video, and what you'll see right here is I'm cutting out a circle out of the paper bags and the weeds underneath it and just getting those out of the way so I have a nice hole to plant this salvia in. The variety is Cardona, and the little white stick that you see in the middle here is where I do plan on planting another ornamental tree. Now another part that I mentioned in my previous video about these blocks, these fairly cheap pavers, is I am able to pick them up and kind of adjust where I need to and raise them up a little bit if the planting requires it, and here it did. This variety of lavender is super blue. And now it's time to get this Tonto, Crape, Myrtle into the ground. This is zone 6 to 9, and it'll be a summer bloomer, which is a lot later than many of the other ornamental trees that I have. Most of them are spring bloomers, so this will be some good summer color in an ornamental tree. And it'll get about 8 to 10 feet tall, maybe a little taller, and about 8 feet wide, give or take, maybe a little wider, we'll see. But it has a nice upright habit, which is kind of needed in this area, And I think it'll be a really, really nice fit, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the bloom color and seeing what that looks like. A very, very pretty show, I think. Next up is this weeping Kousa dogwood to get into the ground, and this one gets about 10 feet tall, give or take, same in the width, and I'll have to do some staking to try and make it go the way I want and give enough room to still be able to get the wheelbarrow and the garbage barrel behind it out, but I think that it's going to do well here and hopefully play nicely with the weeping evergreen that's behind it. I did end up having to take out the catmint that I did plant not that long ago, but I was able to get it into the ground, and I'm pretty pleased that I did get it in the ground now and didn't let it just kind of sit there, because I really, really want to see how this tree does, and I don't want it to sit in its can and suffer throughout the winter. So hopefully this tree will like this spot and will do well here. see that I've already started staking it up, so I'll probably restake it come the summer, spring, summer, fall, and I'll do some pruning in the late spring. But for now it's in and ready to go. And while it was here, I looked around and decided that these plants that I did plant not that long ago just didn't work in the spots that I have them in. So I pulled them up, I put them in some pots, and whether I replant them here or not is a decision for a different day. But I was pretty pleased to get a fresh slate going in this little garden area, particularly with planting the tree. I really wanted to kind of make sure that the plantings that I do put here are all going to really play well with each other. All right, another productive planting day in the books. And that hydrangea right there is berry white. It is just as pretty as it is in person as it seems to be on camera. So if you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. It helps me out, it helps the channel out, but you'll also be able to see the progression of all the gardens throughout the property. And if you're returning, thanks again for hanging out. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button. It does give me a bit of encouragement. And I hope that this video inspires you to continue along on your gardening journey, whatever that looks like for you. And thank you for coming along on mine.